Greetings and salutations! It's time to talk! Okay, have you seen Marvel's What If? I just watched it and it's great. It's fantastic. But it's given me a few questions that, quite frankly, I'm surprised no one has ever asked before. Now, I've done a conspiracy video before. I think it's high past time for another one. Let's talk about Chris. We all love Chris, our beloved host, the voice of our childhoods, and admittedly commonly ignored.
Invite your parents to share this episode with you.
Chris is a lot less involved in the goings-on in Odyssey as she used to be, but she still knows quite a bit. She knows everything. She sees all. She narrates everything from wit's end to a child's room. How does she know all this?
What dummy set this thing for 5 in the morning?
This leads me to ask the question. Is Chris watching Odyssey from a mirror dimension like the Watcher? Is she an all-powerful being that can manipulate the laws of space and time? After doing some research and listening to certain episodes such as The Lost, Honor Thy Parents, we can conclude that Chris does indeed live in the real Odyssey.
Hi, this is Chris, coming to you from Greenway's department store in the Odyssey Mall.
Now we know this is the actual Odyssey and not a mirror dimension because of Randall the mailman.
Oh my! What's all this?
Neither rain nor sleet nor dark of night. I'm Randall from the post office.
Randall has appeared in several of Chris's intros. This would be inconclusive if it weren't for the episode Fences, where Randall makes a brief appearance. So how does Chris know so much about the audience? How does she know about Wit and the gang? Are they aware of her existence? So this leads to the next logical question. Is Chris a stalker? Is AIO perhaps a hidden camera show and Chris is the head? One might think that this is perhaps likely, but characters such as Mr. Whitaker and Jason would not be so easy to put the slip over. Both Whitakers know how to identify a follower. Any hidden cameras would eventually be found, like that episode in Novacom. Don't ask me what it is because I can't pull it off at the top of my head. I'm not that good. So we come to a few instances where certain characters do interact with Chris. There are 2 episodes where a character breaks free from the box to help Chris with her closing credits. That would be Unbecoming Jay and Wooten's Broken Pencil Show. So at least 2 characters are aware of her existence. But where does Chris get her information? This leads to 2 possibilities. AIO is the sum of characters telling Chris their stories and Chris sharing it with the real world. This fits in with the era of episodes where characters narrated their own stories, such as No Bones About It with Robin and Dale Jacobs. But this doesn't explain some of the supernatural experiences that occur in some of Chris's scenes. Let's talk about that episode with the Lincoln Memorial. I did not plan ahead, so I'm going to add the name of it in post. But anyways, Chris talks with a statue that comes to life. Now obviously this would never occur in the real world with the absence of witchcraft. Am I saying that Chris is a witch? No, I am not. Then there's that one scene where the doctor, voiced by Chuck Bolte in Back to Bethlehem, I believe, turns into a fairy ornament, and one must start to question the soundness of Chris's mind. Was she hallucinating? Is Odyssey really real in this world? Why else would the location seem to change? One reason that Chris could know so much about the citizens of Odyssey is if they're all figments of her own imagination. So where does this put Randall? Obviously, since Randall is a figment of Chris's imagination, Randall could logically appear in one of her stories. Now, I realize this is really reaching, and that Odyssey is just a radio show. But if you think of Chris as a character, how else would she logically know everything that was going on? Chris sees all.